Hi students, how are you? In last class, we were discussing about the changes that is taking place in the body of boys and girls during adolescence. And we saw that the hormone testosterone produced by testes make changes in the body of boys, and the hormone estrogen produced by ovaries make changes in the body of girls also. And we also learned that the hormones secreted by another gland, that is pituitary gland, stimulate the testes and ovaries to produce hormones. These glands that secrete hormones into the blood are called as endocrine gland. So now we discussed about pituitary gland, testes and ovaries. So apart from pituitary, testes and ovaries, there are other endocrine glands in the body like thyroid, pancreas and adrenal glands. So now we can discuss about these glands and we can look which are the hormones secreted by these glands and what is the function of these hormones. So our next topic is hormones other than sex hormones. So first we can discuss about thyroid gland. So thyroid gland is attached to the windpipe or trachea in our neck region. So we know windpipe or trachea is in the neck region. So this thyroid gland is attached to the windpipe or trachea, that is in our neck region. So thyroid gland is located in our neck region and it produces a hormone called thyroxine. So what is the name of the hormone? It secretes a hormone called thyroxine. So the hormone secreted by thyroid gland is called thyroxine. Okay. And the function of this thyroid hormone is to control the rate of metabolism of carbohydrates, fats and proteins in our body. And the mineral iodine is necessary for making the thyroxine hormone. So for making this thyroxine hormone, the mineral iodine is necessary. Okay. So if there is a deficiency of iodine in our diet, it can cause a deficiency of thyroxine hormone in the body. So iodine is necessary for the production of thyroxine. So if there is less iodine in our food, there will be deficiency of thyroxine in our body also. And the deficiency of iodine in our diet can cause a deficiency disease known as goiter. This you have studied in 6th standard on all. So what is the name of the disease? The name of the disease is called goiter. And the main symptom of goiter is that the neck of the person appears to be swollen. So this part will bulge, thyroid gland will bulge. So to prevent this, people are advised to use iodized salt for cooking food. So why people are advised to use iodized cook, or how iodized salt prevent goiter? We know that iodine is required by the thyroid gland to make thyroxine hormone, and this iodized salt contains appropriate amount of iodine compound. So if we are using iodized salt always, you have heard in advertisement and all people telling that this is iodized salt. So if we are always using iodized salt means we will get enough iodine from our food and there won't be any deficiency of iodine. And if there is no deficiency of iodine, enough thyroxine will be produced in our body. So we won't be affected by the deficiency disease called goiter. And iodized salt can provide all the iodine needed by thyroid gland to make sufficient thyroxine for our body. So it is better to use iodized salt. Okay. So first we were discussing about thyroid gland. So it is a gland in our neck region and it produces the hormone thyroxine, and for the production of this hormone iodine is important. So for getting iodine we should use iodized salt. If there is deficiency of iodine in our body, it will cause a deficiency of thyroxine and it will cause the disease goiter in our body. Okay. So next we can discuss about pancreas, another gland called pancreas, and it is just below the stomach in our body. So stomach, we know here there is our esophagus, and in here towards the left side there will be stomach. So just below the stomach, this pancreas is present just below our stomach region. Pancreas. Okay. And this pancreas secretes the hormone called insulin. This pancreas secretes the hormone called insulin. Okay. Now, what is the function of insulin in our body? The function of insulin hormone is to lower the blood sugar level in our body. We know we have a constant normal level of blood sugar in our body. So, if we are eating so many sweets, what happens? It will increase the level of sugar in our blood. And who is lowering it and making it in a normal level? This hormone insulin lower the blood sugar level in our body. So when we are eating lot of sugar, pancreas will produce more insulin into the blood, and this insulin will lower the level of sugar in our blood and keep it in the normal level. So if due to some reasons the pancreas does not produce and secrete sufficient amount of insulin into blood, what happens? Blood sugar level will be higher. There is no insulin. Insulin is not produced by your pancreas. So blood sugar level become higher in the blood. So the high sugar level in the blood can cause many harmful effects to the body of a person. And the person having high blood sugar level is called diabetic person, and the disease is called diabetes. So if there is less insulin in our body, we will be affected by the disease called diabetes. Okay, so if there is less insulin, that person will be affected by the disease called diabetes. So they should take less sugar, they should control their diet, reduce the weight and all. And those who have severe diabetes are treated by giving insulin injection. Insulin is injected into their body because pancreas is not able to produce the needed amount of insulin. Clear now? So pancreas is a gland that is present just below our stomach, and it produces the hormone insulin, and function of insulin is to lower the level of blood sugar. So if there is more glucose in our blood, it will lower that glucose and keep the level of glucose in our blood normal. Okay, so if pancreas is not producing enough insulin, our blood sugar level increases and the person will be affected by the disease called diabetes. Next, we can discuss about adrenal glands. So we have two adrenal glands in our body, and adrenal glands are present just above our kidneys. So these two are our kidneys. Just above the kidneys, these adrenal glands are present. Adrenal glands. And this adrenal glands produces the hormone adrenaline. So it produces which hormone? It produces the hormone adrenaline. And this adrenaline hormone is secreted in large amounts when a person is frightened or excited or very angry. Our adrenal glands will produce a large amount of adrenaline hormone into the blood. And when this hormone is secreted in large amount, it prepares our body for action. You know the changes that occur in your body when you are frightened or when you are very angry. What are the changes? What about your heartbeat? Heartbeat will increase. What about your breathing rate? Breathing rate also will increase. Then what are the, sometimes you may begin to shiver. Sometimes your hair will rise up and all. So many changes you can feel when you are frightened or when you are very angry. Okay. So all these changes are taking place due to the action of this adrenaline hormone. So when you are frightened or when you are angry or when you are excited, our adrenal glands will secrete this adrenaline hormone into the blood, and it will make so many changes in our body. So this adrenaline hormone helps the body to adjust to the stress when one is very angry or worried. So this hormone is also called as stress hormone or emergency hormone. So this adrenaline hormone is also called as, what are the names? Stress hormone or emergency hormone. Stress or emergency hormone. Okay. Now next is pituitary gland. So that is located near our brain. Pituitary gland. It is located near our brain, and we have already discussed about pituitary gland. We saw that the hormones secreted by pituitary gland stimulate the testes and ovaries to produce their hormones. And not only that it stimulates the testes and ovaries to release their hormones, it stimulates the thyroid gland and adrenal glands also. Okay, so the hormones produced by the pituitary gland prepare testes, ovaries, thyroid and adrenal glands to produce their hormones. And not only these hormones, pituitary gland produces growth hormone also. So pituitary gland is producing the growth hormone. And this growth hormone is necessary for normal growth. If it is if the pituitary gland produces more amount of growth hormone, it will lead to a condition called gigantism. So the person will be very tall. And if it is producing less amount of growth hormone, the person will be affected by a condition called dwarfism. So a person will become dwarf also. So this needed amount of growth hormone is released by the pituitary gland for normal growth also. Okay. So since so it is producing growth hormone and it is producing some hormones that prepare testes, ovaries, adrenals and thyroids to produce their hormones also. So since it controls the activity of other hormone secreting glands, it is referred to as master gland. So which gland is called as master gland? Pituitary gland is referred to as master gland also. Okay. So we were discussing about the hormone secreting glands in our body. So testis produces testosterone that make changes in the body of boys during adolescence. Ovaries produces estrogen that makes changes in the body of girls during adolescence. Then pituitary gland is present in our brain and it produces growth hormone and some other hormones that prepares testes, ovaries, thyroid and adrenal glands to produce their hormones. So it is also called as master gland. Then thyroid gland is present in our neck region and it produces the hormone thyroxine. And if it is less in our body, what is the disease? Disease is called as goiter. So for the production of thyroxine, iodine is necessary in our body. If iodine is deficient, thyroxine also will be deficient in our body and it will lead to a condition called goiter. Then just above the two kidneys, we have two adrenal glands and this adrenal glands produces the hormone adrenaline. And it is produced during emergency situations when we are angry or frightened and all. So it is also called as stress hormone or emergency hormone. And just below our stomach we can see a gland called pancreas. And this pancreas produces the hormone insulin. And function of insulin is to lower the level of glucose in our blood. So even if we are eating lot of sugar, pancreas will produce lot of insulin and that insulin will lower the level of glucose in our blood. And if pancreas is damaged, if it is not able to produce enough amount of insulin, what happens? The blood sugar level increases and that condition is called diabetes. Okay. We saw that adrenal glands secrete the hormone adrenaline and it helps our body to adjust with stress and anger also. And not only this adrenaline, adrenal glands secrete another hormone which maintains the correct salt balance in the blood. It also secretes the hormone aldosterone. And this aldosterone helps to maintain the body's salt and water levels which regulate our blood pressure. Okay. So what is the function of adrenal gland? It releases the hormone adrenaline which helps our body to adjust with emergency situations. And it also produces the hormone aldosterone which maintain the correct salt balance in the blood. Okay. Now our Bujo have a doubt. So what is the doubt? Are there hormones in other animals also? Have they any role to play in reproduction? That's the doubt of Bujo. So our next topic is role of hormones in completing the life history of insects and frogs. So in last lesson, you all already learned about the life history of silk moth and frog. So which are the different stages in the life history of silk moth? Egg, then caterpillar, pupa, and into adult moth. And what about frog? Egg, tadpole, then what? Early tadpole, late tadpole, and a frog. So here the caterpillar has to pass through various stages to become an adult moth. Similarly, the tadpole also passes through so many stages to become a frog. So this change from a larva to adult, that is called metamorphosis. And the metamorphosis in these insects like butterfly, silk moth and all, it is controlled by insect hormones. So insects also have hormones. Their metamorphosis in their body is controlled by insects hormones. And in a frog, the metamorphosis is controlled by the hormone thyroxine. And which gland is producing it? Thyroid. So in a frog, its metamorphosis or changes is controlled by the hormone thyroxine, which is produced by thyroid gland. And we learned that for the production of thyroxine, iodine is essential. So in frogs, thyroxine production requires the presence of iodine in water. So if the water in which the tadpoles are growing does not contain sufficient iodine, the tadpole cannot become an adult. Okay, so in frog what happens? They need iodine for the production of thyroxine. From where they are getting iodine? They are getting iodine from water. So if there is not sufficient iodine in the water where the tadpoles are living, they won't grow into an adult because the changes or metamorphosis won't take place in their body. So iodine is essential for the production of thyroxine, and thyroxine is essential, or thyroxine is controlling the growth in the frogs or metamorphosis in the frogs. So today we were discussing about the function of hormones in our body. So we saw there are different glands in our body, and each gland is secreting different hormones, and each hormone has a particular functions in our body. So ovaries, testes produce what? Estrogen and testosterone that make changes in the body of girls and boys during adolescence. Pancreas secretes growth hormone, and it also secretes hormones that prepares the glands like testes, ovaries, thyroid and adrenal glands to produce their hormones. Then in neck region there is thyroid gland which secretes thyroxine. Then just above our kidneys there are two glands called adrenal glands which secrete hormone adrenaline, which helps body to face the emergency situation. And it also produces the hormone aldosterone which maintain the salt balance in our body. Then we saw just below our stomach there is pancreas which secretes the hormone insulin which lowers the blood sugar level in our body. Our next topic is reproductive health that we can discuss in next class.